iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Kansas Speedway. Here tonight for the opening round of the RV Custom Rig Scrambler Series Playoffs, presented by Red Light Racing. Tonight, it is the SimBox 135 here at Kansas to get things started. This track has been in the NASCAR circuit since 1999. That's when they first opened up the doors here at Kansas for these kind of races to happen. Tonight, Red Light Racing is going to take it to a whole new level of things here to show you what racing here at Kansas is. This track is, well, it's a 1.5 mile track, 17 to 20 degrees of banking progressively in the turns, 9 to 11 degrees progressively on the front straightaway, because you can go down there right along that bottom side and hit that 9 degrees of banking. Back straightaway, got a slight little bit of incline back there, 5 degrees of banking back there. And of course, I'm looking at it, nobody's going to hit the record set by Scott Dixon in the Chip Ganassi Indy car. That was set back in 2003. Of course, tonight we have the old Xfinity cars out here onto the Speedway. So, with that being said, it's playoff racing. We talked about it. You're going to see drivers out here tonight. Their names are going to be highlighted in red. That's going to be the drivers that are battling to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Of course, there's 12 drivers here tonight that are in as of right now. Everybody got a ticket at the dance. Max Darrell comes in as the favorite with 4 wins on the season. James Skelton has 2. Jason Wells has 2. Eric Johnson and Sean Single have a win apiece. Then the rest of the drivers all pointed their way in this season. Joshua Buckley, Tim Combs, Chris Hammett, Ryan O'Donnell, Jeffrey Souza, Michael Trevorthan, and Ethan Troutman. They have all pointed themselves in to race for the chance to win the championship here this season. So it's about to be a great first round of the playoffs, and let's head down trackside now for your starting lineup brought to us by SimBox. Race fans, are you in the market for a custom button box? You got to look no further than our friends over at SimBox, because they have every custom button box that you will ever need. We have some live looks that just got sent to us today from inside the SimBox creation, the mastermind down there, the shed. So make sure you check out our friends over at SimBox on Facebook.com. That's SimBox PC on Facebook.com. This is your SimBox starting lineup. Starting on the front row, he drives car number 86. He comes in with a pair of wins this season. This will be James Skelton. To his outside, the driver out of Ayer, Massachusetts, driving the Rev Esports number 11. This is Sean Single. Behind him, driving car number 6. Last year it was the Rookie of the Year. This year, well, it has a chance. This is going to be the 6 of Chris Hammett. Brandon Minto having his best start of the season. He'll roll off car 5 in position 4. Ryan Richard, look at him, 5th position here tonight, the rookie. Max Terra, championship hopeful, will start 6th. Zach Mitchell will go 7th. 8th here tonight on the starting lineup will go to the 33 of Eric Johnson. Tim Combs in the Full Throttle Motorsports number 17 will roll off from position number 9. Rounding out the top 10, he won the season opener. This is Jason Wells. Dalton Williamson in the 61 will go 11th here with Ryan O'Donnell back in 12th. 13th here tonight on the starting lineup. This will be the driver of the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. Tim Williams will go 14th with Joe Strano back in action here on Monday night. He'll go in the 15th starting spot. Ethan Troutman is 16th. Michael Trevarthen was 17th. Travis Minto is 18th with Brian Bianchi back in 19th. His teammate Rex Hoyle will go 20th on the starting lineup. The SimBox 971 of Nathan Maurer out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania goes in 21st. 22nd to the man, the myth, the legend, the number 59 of Bruce Potter. Back in 23rd will be the number 3 of Tony Shrano with Brandon Feeney rolling off 24th. 25th to Kevin O'Brien. Josh Buckley back in 26th. And shotgun to the field. It's our man from SimBox. That is Doug Neal driving the SimBox 77. As you can tell, the cars are out onto the speedway. Race fans, we're getting ready to go racing here tonight. Everybody out there, put 90 laps up on the board here tonight at the Kansas Speedway, and let's see who will be able to notch their ticket into the next round of the playoffs. The racing starts right now here. The SimBox 135 here at Kansas is underway, and a great start by the front 2 runners up here tonight. Take a look at that timing and score. We talked about it. All the drivers that are lit up in red here tonight, those drivers are the drivers racing for a chance to move on. Great start by Sean Single, but here comes the Flowertown Animal Hospital, number 86 of James Skelton. He's one of those championship drivers. He'll be able to come out of turn 4 with the race lead, but will he be able to have it at the line? Here comes the Care Bear entry. Sean Single has led lap number 1 here tonight. As maybe another slide job crossover move here by the 86. James Skelton going to go to the bottom side of the speedway. He'll go down the hill, trying to carry the momentum off turn number 2. James Skelton not going to quite be able to get it. Contact a little farther back into the field. That is car number 43 of Joe Strano. He just made a little contact. I believe that was the 4 of Souza. Of course, Joe Strano coming back, just missing the playoffs. But boy, what a heartbreaker it was. He had to take a little vacation, a couple weeks off here with Red Light Racing. Of course, he did send me some awesome pictures, and let me tell you, he had one heck of a time out there traveling in the Midwest. But right now, Joe Strano back to running into that 14th position here. A couple of guys duking it out here inside the top 10. This is the number 921 of Ryan Richard. This season, the rookie came in showing promise back at Daytona. Had a great start to the season. Kind of cooled off in the middle stages of the season, but right now, he has started to flick things back on here right before the playoffs started. And didn't find himself with a playoff spot this year, but the rookie has a lot of promise going forward. And right now, he's inside the top 5 as he works to the inside of that number 6. That is the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Last year, he was the Rookie of the Year. Oh, look at that slide there. Ryan Richard going to slide right up in front of Chris Hammett. He's going to have to hit the hooks. Eric Johnson just jetted out a line like his shorts were on fire. He's down to the bottom side of the speedway with that Dirty Mo Radio number 33. Eric Johnson currently now sitting 7th as he works to the inside there. You see the Baby Ruth, number 24 of Zach Mitchell, the Jeff Gordon throwback paint scheme. Of course, Jeff Gordon, remember, running a Ford back there, and it's exactly what Zach Mitchell has here tonight. Normally you see Zach Mitchell in a Chevrolet, number 24, but here tonight he knew that Jeff Gordon got his start in the Busch Grand National Series, driving car number 24, and it was a Ford. Actually, it was car number 1, car number 1, and it was a Ford. Zach Mitchell paying tribute at least to the Ford and the paint scheme with Baby Ruth on the side of that Mustang. Currently, Zach Mitchell is back to running 7th, where he started here tonight. Zach Mitchell also one of those drivers that unfortunately was left below the cut line coming into the championship playoffs here. Zach Mitchell, of course, is not going to be running for a championship, but he still has the best of the rest, and he is exactly in that position in the point standings coming into this evening. See if he can rally off here at the end of this season. Looks like one car did have some issues, and that's car number 59, as there's a battle for the race lead. Sean Single having a little bit of electrical blinking issues here with the iRacing server. Currently, Sean Single still able to hold the outside line there, as this is the battle for the race lead. A little contact door bang there. Skelton going to come up the speedway just a little bit. Now, look like the 11 of Sean Single wanted to turn into the corner a little bit sooner than what the 86 wanted to there, and they made a little contact entering turn 3. Sean Single going to keep the momentum of that Ford Mustang wound up to the outside, and he'll be able to lead them back down into turn number 1. Sean Single just going to use the outside groove to keep the momentum up here tonight, where a lot of these drivers said the racing was going to be tonight, right up against that outside lip. Skelton not going to be able to get things done that time, so he's going to have to fall back in line. Brandon Minto let him just come right back up in front of him, right on board with the driver out of Norman, Oklahoma, residing now in Texas. Couple great shots here with Brandon Minto. Look how close everybody is, right up against the outside wall here. Maybe about a car length between Brandon Minto and the outside lane. Of course, the front two that are out in front of him were taking a little bit more of a chance, maybe a half a car length there. Look at Skelton go right up against there, pack the air from that number 86, right up against the wall. They're come by. They're going to complete lap number 9 this time. Already 9 laps in the books. A good start here for all the drivers. One driver did have a little bit of an issue. Truck says they have it. Let's take a look back here. What happened with Bruce Potter? Something broke on car number 59 of Bruce Potter's. You see him going around. So Bruce Potter having some issues, and then he had to take the tow to pit road. Unfortunate start for the driver of the 59. Usually has little Debbies on the side of that. Here's a battle. One car into the outside wall. Rex Hoyle, the driver out of North Carolina. Colony Tire and Service number 954 NC took a tumble up into the outside wall, just got a little too high, and once the wall grabs you, it grabs you, and it had him good. Rex Hoyle into the outside wall here, the rookie. And it's probably one of the funniest things to call Rex Hoyle a rookie. I've known Rex for many years here on the iRacing.com platform, and he is by far not a rookie by any standards. He's a rookie here with Red Light Racing in the Scrambler division. And, well, that's why he carries the number 9. The driver of that car, though, he has been sim racing. Well, I'm going to date myself here, but pretty much for as long as I've been walking on this earth. So I'll let you guys figure out how old that really is there. But Rex Hoyle now has fallen all the way back to the 24th position. He was just knocking on the outside of a top 10 when he had a little bit of an issue. Everybody pretty much going back to the single file except for those 2 drivers right here. There you see the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza and the number 17 of Tim Combs. Those 2 drivers are currently battling inside the top 20. Both drivers inside that championship bubble. Both of them getting into the championship. Oh, big wiggle. Troutman taking that body armor forward for a little bit of a ride. See a little damage to the rear deck lid. That might have actually looks like actually he did maybe get a little bit of help there. Gonna have to go back and watch this. There you see the 62. You see, I think that's the 31 having some issues, and then is that the 907, I believe, of Tim Williams that actually just took the back nose piece, the back tail piece, I guess we should really say, off of Troutman's machine. Troutman stays running, but now he's got some damage done to that 62. That Ford Mustang's really going to have to get up and gallop now because he's a little bit behind the 8 ball, and 15 laps the next time by going to be completed into the books, and they've all been led by Sean Single. He has now started to kind of pull away here. A couple drivers jumping out of line back there, right around, well, Looks like something happened to the Caterpillar entry. Ryan Richard been into the outside wall with the right rear. You can see that quarter panel's crushed in. The little bit of a spoiler on that Chevrolet. Kind of has a little bit of a bump on it. Working to the inside. Here comes Eric Johnson. Johnson rolls the bottom side of the speedway very well. Not going to quite be able to have the run to complete the pass of the 33. Will just hold position in the 7th. As he holds it in the 7th position, there's the 19 of Travis Minto. You see the Toro entry. One of those Norman, Oklahoma drivers. Travis graduated out of the SK Modified Series with Red Light Racing a couple seasons ago. This is his 2nd season here in the Scrambler division on Monday night. As out in front of him, they still continue to battle for that spot. There you see the 33 of Eric Johnson working the inside here on Ryan Richard. Seeing if he can get things done. Look who's down on the bottom. It's Mr. Alien himself. It's the 64 of Wells. He's just rolling around down on the bottom side of the speedway. Maybe just trying to save a little bit down on the bottom side. Currently, Wells is sitting back in the 11th spot as the battle's still out in front of him. That 33 of Eric Johnson really wants to have that spot away from the 921 of Ryan Richards. Now he has a problem because he's down on the bottom side of the speedway. Zach Mitchell is up there with the Baby Ruth entry. And, oh boy, they're going to go 3 wide. And, oh, how that just worked. And nobody got caught up in that, I don't quite know. As there you see, Eric Johnson just made a pass, and that brought along the 24 of Zach Mitchell. Dalton Williamson will be the next car that could possibly, as they're out here. It looks like here comes the Winn-Dixie number 6, passing the Keystone Buffalo Wild Wings entry. That's Brandon Minto. Minto sliding backwards here. Qualified in P number 4, had himself a great start to the night. Now maybe the wheels have just fallen off that Keystone Light entry for Brandon Minto. Minto has fallen back to running 5th. Johnson and Mitchell, though, if I told you they were still duking it out, would you believe me? Of course you believe me. We put it on the screen for all the race fans that are tuning in out there tonight, which we appreciate each and every one of you tuning in to watch the great racing action here at Kansas Motor Speedway tonight for the SimBox 135. And as we talk about our friends at SimBox here, while we have just a little bit of time, well, what do you say we take a quick peek here at what they have going on? Of course, our friends over at SimBox have every kind of button box that you would need. They have buttons that you have here with the toggle switches. Of course, brand new on the market that just came out the other day. Of course, here's these brand new dashes that Doug Neal and the guys over at SimBox can create for you. All you got to do is shoot them a message and tell them what kind of wheelbase you have. Of course, check this out. Zach Howell, one of the racers I met down in Tennessee. Here's his Fanatec wheel with his new SimBox dash. Any kind of button box and any kind of color, race fans, you can get it with your number, your name, and how about some light-up buttons. Make sure to contact our friends over at SimBox today. We got to thank them for their continued support here with Red Light Racing and everything they do to help this league go on. I know a couple of these drivers have button boxes, and while we were giving a quick rundown there, take a look at the top of our board's new leader and a driver coming to pit road. Here comes the 42 of Max Terrill. He'll be the first one to come to pit road, but everybody's wondering what happened at the front of the field. As our truck says, they're going to get that for us here in just a second. Something happened to the driver of the number 11 of Sean Single that he gave up the race lead. We're going to get that for you here in just a second. The truck is saying they're trying to find the perfect angle for it. As the green flag pit cycle is underway. Well, we'll put that on the back burner for just the moment here while we watch all these drivers come down pit road. It's time for the first round of green flag pit stops. 23 laps into this one is when everybody has started to come to pit road. Jeffrey Souza has come down on lap number 20 with Max Terrill on 22. Lap 23, which was last time by, that's when James Skelton, Sean Single, Chris Hammett, Brandon Minto all came to pit road, while Zach Mitchell stays out here to possibly try to lead a lap. He'll bring the baby Ruth Ford back around here. Couple other drivers coming to pit road. Josh Buckley's going to stay out. Ryan O'Donnell also going to stay out in the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. So the field is starting to get shaken up here, spread out under the green flag pit stops. Our truck just relaying the message to me here and saying they actually do not have the pass for the race lead. Well, that's a little odd to me. Maybe an electrical glitch. Oh, here it actually is. Now they say they found it. Off turn 4, just a great setup. Single came out of turn 4 just a little slow, and Skelton just inserted himself to the outside groove and said, hey, I'll catch you later, Busta. See you later. Single did try to rally back, but was not able to quite get it back down the back straightaway. So the race lead was to James Skelton. Now it's Joshua Buckley, who is going to be coming to pit road. This time he did get a lap lead, so he'll come to pit road and he'll turn things back over once this all cycles through. This is the battle that will be for the race lead when it all comes forward. Right now, Brandon Feeney is the only car that stays out onto the raceway, the driver out of Ontario, Canada. Brandon Feeney has the race lead, but still has yet to come to pit road. Ryan O'Donnell did come to pit road, so did Troutman, Trevarthen, Strano, O'Brien, and Buckley. So, when they all come through here, it should all cycle back through. Skelton, Terrill, and Souza. As you see, everybody on a little bit different strategy run here tonight. Seeing a lot of that red moving around right now, the timing and scoring. It should all work itself back out when we come back around. And then we'll give you the exact update of where all your favorite drivers are running. The pit road police did nab one person out there tonight. And it's going to be that driver right there, the driver out of Canada. Tim Williams got popped speeding on pit road. So out of 27 drivers that did come to pit road, there only one of them got popped by the police. An extra 15 seconds down in his pit stall. Of course, you see Brandon Feeney finally came down to pit road. So that is your exact top 10 over there on the left-hand side of your screen. Look at it as it is James Skelton, Max Terrill, Jeffrey Souza, Chris Hammett, Brandon Minto, Eric Johnson, Dalton Williamson, Jason Wells, Zach Mitchell, and Ryan Richard is currently your top 10 drivers here tonight. 28 laps have been officially completed here at the Kansas Speedway tonight. What do you say, race fans? It looks like a lot of fun out here. Well, we have the solution. Upper right-hand corner, you see that? RB Custom Rigs. Rick Bell over there making all the custom rigs for the Scrambler series. We got to thank him for his continued support for being the primary sponsor here with Red Light Racing on Monday nights. If you need a computer that's going to be built from either mild to wild and anything in between as you watch the battle for the race lead, head on over to RB Custom Rigs today. You'll find the link in the description here of this race, and make sure you give Rick Bell a like, and maybe he's got one of those 3080 Ti's, FTW3s. I'm looking for one, so if you find one, race fans, I'm looking for one of those brand new cars, and I just can't get my hands on one for us here in the studio. Just like Max Terrill can't get his hands to the inside here of James Skelton. Skelton's going to lead this time by to put 30 laps completed here tonight as the old captain, the fisherman, is out front here at Kansas. Couple notable drivers here since we've been running for quite a while. Of course, the green flag pit cycle. This driver, Sean Single, led all but call it 6 laps, if that, before the green flag pit cycles came. Well, he has now officially been into the outside wall, and that is not good. You see the Care Bear entry down the back straightaway. You see there's some left front damage, and actually that's some pretty hardcore left side damage. He, I'm being told, hit the inside wall coming to pit road. That is probably the one thing that you don't want to have happen is when you're coming to pit road, you bounce it off the inside wall. And I believe that's what they're telling me happened, but we're going to experience that for ourselves here in just a second. As Sean Single's going to get the pass, the truck says it just cuts off right as he makes the impact with the wall. So we'll just have to talk about him back here in the 14th position. But here comes the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry of Ryan O'Donnell, and that is a beautiful color here tonight on that Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. Of course, Ryan O'Donnell always shooting us a little preview picture before the week for his cars, and we just can't wait to see the next one. Of course, this one is, I believe it's Absence, I believe is what he said. Beautiful color there. As you see, he just made the pass on Sean Single. Josh Buckley right there, one of those drivers, old granny hips, up 11 spots. He's the biggest mover and dancer here tonight. He's brought his dancing shoes, and of course, we got to give a big, well wishes up there to the Buckley family. Oh, as the number 11 of Sean Single has taken the Care Bears entry and really put it in the wall this time. Left side damage, right side damage. That car is not going to be handling very well going forward here tonight. Still a lot of racing to go, and that Care Bears entry has been in the wall a number of times. But as we were talking about the number 2 of Joshua Buckley, of course, the unfortunate COVID-19 disease and going around, disease, the illness, the not-so-fun thing up there inside the Buckley household. So we hope that everybody up there is on the mend and getting better. Can't wait to get some updates on the family. Haven't heard anything from him today, but he's here tonight, so that is a good sign. The driver's here. That means the family should be doing well. And you wonder about the race lead. Well, let me tell you something. The top 5 drivers are championship hopefuls. They're in the playoffs. And James Skelton is still the race leader. But if you take just a little peek back here, who is coming? I spy with my little eye. I can't tell if this is Chris Hammett or if this is the Mark Martin that is running down the top 2 drivers here. Of course, Chris Hammett does have fresh tires, same tire cycle as the 86 of James Skelton, so Chris Hammett has started to run down your race leaders, and that's also because, well, they were in some lap traffic. Here comes another driver that's starting to make his move to the front. Jeffrey Souza, remember, came down on lap number 20, so he is on a different pit sequence than all the drivers that are currently ahead of him. The drivers that are all ahead of him pitted either lap 22 or later. Of course, he pitted back on lap 20. So just a little bit of tire difference on that. So that's going to make a big difference here towards the middle stages of this run. Dalton Williamson trying to make a move here. He'll get to the outside, and he will get around Ryan Richard right now. So it'll bump Ryan back to running in the 9th position. Oh, Dalton Williamson going to go up. He's going to jump the air pocket in between that number 61 and the outside wall. So as Dalton hits that wall, he will now give that spot back, possibly, because Ryan now peeking down to the inside with that Chevrolet. Will he slide on up? He's not going to quite be able to clear. Wells just sitting in the tow back here trying to figure out which one of these drivers are going to be able to figure it out. Everybody just up against the outside wall here tonight. Chris Hammett is here, and he is trying to get around the number 42 of Max Terriot. Terriot did come into the playoffs here tonight as one of the hottest drivers of the series, not just on Monday night, but also on Thursday night. Of course, he had 4 wins coming into the championship playoffs here. 7 top 5s and 7 top 10s for the driver of that 42. He only has 3 finishes outside the top 10. A 17th at Chicagoland, an 11th at Auto Club, and a 15th place finish last week at New Hampshire. That Magic Mile was not very magical for Max Terriol. Right now, the lowest running car in your championship playoff picture. If you had the number 11 of Sean Single penciled in your bracket, it's not the night for the young man out of Ayer, Massachusetts, as he has been into the wall and he is still continuing to battle with this number 11 machine. He was just in the wall again 2 laps ago. Sparks came flying off that number 11. At the line, he is actually, with that aerodynamic deficiency on that number 11, he's actually sitting a whole second back off the pace of James Skelton each lap. Dalton Williamson, though, he got into the outside one. He's been able to make that thing still jiggle. Number 61, you see a little bit of that right rear quarter panel. It's got some scratches on it. Well, Brandon Minto's out to the outside, and Minto once again starting to fade here in the middle stages of this run. Should start to see green flag pit cycles start to trickle in here the next about 5 to 10 laps. These drivers should be coming back to pit road. Now you see Brandon Minto working the inside of the speedway. And someone's coming to pit road. That's going to be the number 4. Souza got to come straight to pit road. A very nice and easy way to pit road. See the driver out of Somerset bringing his car down. That number 4. He may have came in as an underdog to a lot of drivers in his, I'm going to say, around where he would normally run. But this season, Souza has been one of the turnaround breakout drivers of the season. His season went 14th, 13th, 22nd, and then all of a sudden the light switch came on at Dover, and from Dover on, he only finished outside the top 10 one time, and that was at Gateway. Everything else was just about packed inside the top 5. One of the hottest drivers coming into the playoffs. Brandon Minto also came to pit road. There you see the Buffalo Wild Wings Keystone Light entry. He'll come to pit road, probably going to be 4 tires and fuel, and then he'll be good to go. Here comes Max Terrill. He'll come to pit road. He's going to bring the number 6 of Chris Hammett right along with him. Right at the halfway point here tonight, the pit road is absolutely busy. Ryan O'Donoghue going to bring the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry down. He'll get it woed up. Make sure you don't want a pit road penalty right now. Does James Skelton come to pit road this time? Looks like he will, as he is down on the low side of turns 3 and 4. Looks like, oh, he's going to come in hot. Trying to push the envelope of that Supra. Captain really wants to get this win here tonight to lock himself into the next round of the playoffs. Look at all the other drivers. Here comes Ryan Richard, Travis Minto, Joe Strano, Joshua Buckley. Everybody coming to pit road except for the Baby Ruth entry. Looks like right now Zach Mitchell will stay out here as he's going to go around the lap car. That is the 914, the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, 914 of Brian Bianchi. So it's funny that Zach Mitchell whips out the Baby Ruth car, because I had a ritual for about the first 7 years at work that every Friday I was getting a Baby Ruth. Went to Sam's Club, bought the big packs. You always got to buy the big packs. So that Baby Ruth entry's looking sweet here tonight. Still has yet to come to pit road. He'll have to come here in the next couple of laps. Last time he came to pit road was on lap 25. Expect him to come either this time or the following time by. He can't go very much longer. Looks like Jason Wells just brings the Alien Wear entry to pit road. See him come across the stripe right there on pit road. Can't miss him. It's the green car. He'll hit pit road and he'll make his stop. Still waiting for Zach Mitchell, and he'll go by this time and stay out at least another lap. Troutman's still out there also. Remember, Troutman had some issues of his own. Here's the driver we haven't talked about yet. It's the number 3 of Tony Strano. Strano looks like he will be bringing the Victory Junction number 3 to pit road this time by. Actually, he will go right on by. He does have to come to pit road here the next couple of laps. Last time he was down was on lap number 26. There is what will be the race leader when this all cycles back through. If we get the whole green flag pit cycle in, it'll be the number 42 of Max Terrell. As there you see Zach Mitchell, he does peel off to pit road. So he'll now make his stop. Max Terrell, Jeff Souza, Chris Hammett would be your top three. James Skelton lost a little bit of ground. Very slow coming to pit road for James Skelton. I looked at the entry to pit road. From pit road entry to pit cone exit, James Skelton was a whole second behind, well, Chris Hammett, Jeffrey Souza, and Max Terrell. So that getting on and getting off pit road coming into play here at the halfway home point tonight. James Skelton losing a little bit of ground. Couple drivers, as I was going to say, have come to pit road yet, and that's going to be the Troutman entry. There you see the body armor car coming to pit road. So, Ethan Troutman. Talked to him before the race here, and he's really excited, of course. Oh, he'll slide into the pit box. Did he just get it woed up? I think he did. He's just inside the pit box for the driver of that number 62. Troutman really excited. A couple road courses possibly coming for next season. They were just discussing maybe the fine details before tonight. Look for that to come out in the next couple of weeks over at redlightracing.net. If you're interested in joining Red Light Racing, you can find all the racing action, news, rules, and stipulations to join us here on Monday nights or on Thursday nights. You need to head on over to redlightracing.net. One car into the outside wall there. That was the Brandon Feeney entry. Just got into the outside wall there as car 42 of Max Terrell was coming by. He'll cycle through as the race leader. So with the 42 now as the race leader, who's in second? Well, it is Brandon Feeney for the time being, as him and the 907 entry came real close to getting together down the back straightaway. I don't know what that quite was, but those two drivers getting really, really close. Your second place car is going to be the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. As you see Chris Hammett starting to fade because James Skelton just got around him, and Feeney's not going to put up much of a challenge there. They'll go 3 wide, though. Chris Hammett's going to have to thread the needle down in 1 and 2. He's got the fresher tires as he's actually going to slide the Winn-Dixie Ford off turn number 2. Oh, boy. Chris Hammett's got the drift skills here tonight in that Winn-Dixie Ford. Hammett will lose that spot, though. He was battling the number 33 of Eric Johnson. There you see Johnson still hot to trot on the heels of that number 86 of Skelton, who has really closed in on the number 4 of Souza. Souza up on the outside lane. There's about 4 laps difference, 3 laps difference, actually, of green flag racing on the tires here between these two. There you see the 4 of Souza still being able to hold off the 86 of James Skelton. Skelton will work the inside of the speedway here to try and make the move. At the line, James Skelton by the splitter of that Supra. You got a Toyota, you got a Ford, and you have a Chevrolet right here battling inside the top 5. Blue Ovals dominating here tonight inside the top 6 positions, though, because Max Terrell's leading. Souza's being scored in the 3rd position with Chris Hammett back in 5th. Zach Mitchell is running in the 6th position. Trying to look around, and it does look like Sean Single has come to pit road and spent some major time down there in pit road. The lowest running right now of the championship drivers. Souza just getting passed up by the 33 of Eric Johnson, that Dirty Mo Radio MRN car, getting now P number 3. We didn't see a lot of speed in the middle part of the season, the regular season for car 33. But Eric Johnson able to make sure he found his way on the list to win the SimBox 130 at the Auto Club Speedway. So, last time SimBox was the title sponsor of a race, Eric Johnson went to victory lane. Will he be able to do it again here tonight? Well, over half this race is in the books, and I would be saying, if you're a betting man, if he can find, about 3 seconds, he would be looking pretty good right now. So he's got to get his Chevrolet wound up and riding the high line around this track. Wells also making a move. There you see him to the inside on the front straightaway. He'll get around the Brandon Minto entry. Minto, remember, had a great starting spot here tonight. Started up inside the top 5, started 4th. His best starting spot of the season. And he just has yet to be able to try and run as high as a lot of these other drivers here tonight. And the long run speed in this number 5 is just not quite there. You see him a little bit lower down off the outside wall than what the number 64, Jason Wells, who just got around him, is running. So Wells has actually already almost pulled a second over the number 5 of Minto by just running a little bit higher, being a little more comfortable. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Believe that car was the Brian Bianchi entry. He's down a couple laps. And then there's the Rex Hoyle 954 entry getting passed up. Souza, of course, right there in that battle. Zach Mitchell, though, able to take that spot, and he'll slide up in front of Rex Hoyle and Souza. That's a good battle going on right here, right now. As you see it all really cycle back through, though, because the tires are starting to change now at this point. All these drivers have been out there for a handful of laps. Of course, Max Terra, your race leader, you see him coming back across the line here. He'll pick up that lap. It'll put 61 in the books here. Under 30 laps to go here tonight in the SimBox 135 here from the Kansas Motor Speedway. Remember, race fans, you're in the market for a SimBox, a button box. Well, SimBox has you covered. Check them out at facebook.com/SimBoxPC. Mitchell has now caught Eric Johnson, and just out in front of Eric Johnson will be James Skelton. Of course, there's lap traffic also involved here. Zach Mitchell pitted later than all these drivers. Came down pit road, lap number 50, giving him 4 lap pressure tires right now than the drivers that he is battling with. So Zach Mitchell is the man on the move. Maybe he's biting into one of those Baby Ruths here tonight. You know, I don't have a Baby Ruth here in the studio, but I can guarantee you, after this race is done, we're going to have to get ourselves one. Thanks, Zach Mitchell. Good thing the gas station's just around the corner. One driver did come to pit road. There you see the SimBox 77, Doug Neal, coming to pit road. Got some damage on the right front side of that number 77. So Doug Neal's going to need those 4 fresh tires, and he should be able to join back out onto the field. He is 1 lap down currently. 18 cars left on the lead lap here tonight. That does include your race leader. Well, it's Minto and Minto back here for the 9th position. And that's because it's Travis Minto that just picked up the spot there from brother Brandon Minto. Of course, you know, I would say right now, race fans, is the perfect time for a Minto's Minute. But because the 2 Norman, Oklahoma drivers are battling near each other, I'm told I'm not allowed to dial up Brandon Minto. Can you believe that? Guy sent me a picture the other day in the Red Light Racing Big Rig chat. Of course, that's for all the drivers in Red Light Racing or any of the fans that are interested in joining the Red Light Big Rig chat. That's, of course, if you're an American Truck Simulator fan and you have it on your PC. They do long hauls, short hauls, and, well, they just go out there and have a good time. And Brandon Minto in that chat, he sent a picture of his shirt and he had a Minto Racing t-shirt. We don't even have one in the studio here. Green flag pit cycles are starting to happen here, as Chris Hammett in the Winn-Dixie entry will come to pit road. He actually has some real hard right side damage on that Winn-Dixie entry. Not quite sure where he got that. You see it there on our camera as he comes by. A lot of scrapes on that number 6. So he made the long haul to pit road. Pass for second, though. That's because James Skelton says, short pit, 23 laps to go. You can make it from this point forward in this race. You can go all the way to the end. Zach Mitchell, though, was playing that long run game. We're going to see if Zach Mitchell actually stays out, because here comes Lancaster, Pennsylvania's own. That's Nathan Maurer. There you see him in the number 971, Mr. Bully Dog. Well, he is way down on the speed charts here tonight. I don't know what happened to Nathan Maurer. All I can tell you is it's really beat up on the right-hand side. A lot of these cars here tonight. Max Terrell going to lock him up. It's the money stop here for the 42. What does Max have? What does his pit crew have? Can he get him in, or can they get him in and out here with 22 laps to go with no issues? So far, we've only seen that one pit road penalty here tonight go to Tim Williams. Everybody else has been really good with getting on and getting off of pit road. Baby Ruth number 24 goes by the name of Zach Mitchell. He's your race leader so far with 22 to go. To be 21 this time by at the line. Still having to make his final pit stop of the evening. Looking at the body armor entry of Ethan Troutman. He is up here running third right now. Still has yet to come to pit road. Last time he came down was on lap 51, so he can stretch it a little bit farther than a lot of these drivers here. Looking to try and get around the number 5 of Brandon Minto. That is a battle for the position. Maybe looks like both drivers may be coming to pit road this time by. And they are. They're both going to peel off and come out of turn 4 to pit road. Battle to pit road. Close one there as Minto was right on the back bumper of that body armor entry. Wonder if Minto's thinking about drinking a body armor here after this one. So he'll come to pit road. Everybody else coming to pit road because there is the race leader of Zach Mitchell. He'll come to pit road, getting close to 20 laps to go. See where he's going to cycle back through because Max Terrell just went cruising on by. So he'll unlap himself right there. And, well, we're about to see how much horsepower is going to be left in this 42 because he is out. And it looks like he is out by about 2 seconds over Jeffrey Souza. So possibly see where all the marbles are about to fall. And it does look like Max Terrio has been into the outside wall at least once or twice here tonight. That number 42, the MK Medic entry, has a little bit of damage on the right front fender now. Where's Mr. Kevin O'Brien? We're being scored. The transmitter on that 184 entry of Kevin O'Brien is being scored as the race leader, and he is. But there's one problem. That's your race. That's the battle that's going to be for the race lead. That car to the outside there, they call him the Storm from the North, and he is definitely blowing in here tonight. Comes Max there. Max is going to take quick work, and he'll go to the outside lane here. And that'll be your new race leader with 18 laps to go. Max Terrell back to the point. Second place, just exchanged hands because, well, Souza lost that one. He went to James Skelton, Eric Johnson, Jeffrey Souza. Chris Hammett will be your top 5 drivers when this all cycles back through. Kevin O'Brien should be coming any second to pit road, and it looks like he will. He'll be the final driver to hit pit road here tonight. A couple pit road penalties last time to pit road for some drivers. And who were they? Well, the pit road police just nabbed old Mr. Care Bear out there. Sean Singles night started off great. Front row starting spot. Leading a bunch of the first laps here tonight. And then since then, it has been a downward spiral for the Rev Esports driver. Sean Single now being scored a couple laps down. 4 laps down, running back into the 25th position. Another driver having a rough go of things. Well, he's just right out ahead of Sean Single. That's going to be the Air Canada entry, the driver out of Ontario. This is Tim Williams. He got popped for speeding on pit road also. His night has not been going the way he would like it to be. There is second, third, and fourth in the picture shot. They're all almost 5 seconds back off the back bumper of 42 of Max Terrell. He is in a different zip code here tonight. Max Terrell is absolutely gone. Here's another battle, and it's between two drivers that are battling for one of those. Well, they're battling for all the points they can because they need to be ahead of each other. And that's the number 2 of Granny Hips, and then that's going to be the 62 of Troutman. They're trying to get to the inside currently here on the 954 of Rex Hoyle, the rookie out of North Carolina. Oh, big wiggle. Buckley going to have to get out of the throttle. That's going to allow. Here comes the 62 of Ethan Troutman. Troutman down to the inside lane, down the back straightaway. Does he have enough momentum to stay down there and slide up in front of old Granny Hips? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it done. Maybe he's going to be able to hold. He'll hold serve right now. Troutman having the fresher tires of the two. We talk about tires, and tires all the time here on iRacing. That's because, of course, with this new generation tire model, at a lot of these tracks we go to, you want tires. As a driver, after about 5 to 6 laps here at Kansas, you are screaming, tires. Give me 4 tires. I need 4 tires so I can put it up against the boards here and just let her eat tonight. As there you see the 62 of Troutman. He will make the pass now. Let's see if he can set sail. Brandon Feeney's running down Joe Strano, but he's also got Michael Trevarthen coming at him, and here comes Michael Trevarthen. It's going to look like he just got shot out of a cannon on the outside there. There you see the 31. The JC Race Graphics entry. The 31 of Michael Trevarthen just went blown by the K1 Graphics Liquid Moly. Number 38 of Brandon Feeney. I was talking with Feeney before we came live. I remember last week how we told you he had that brand new truck in the stable. Well, he told me that he's not the driver of that truck. It's actually his dad. His dad's 65 years old and racing up there in Canada. Pops, if you're tuning in here tonight, how about we go win it for the old guys? They still got speed out there, right? Show the young kids like Feeney here how to get around the track. Feeney going to lose a spot, though. He does have damage to the back end of that Liquid Moly entry. So Ryan Richard going to get around him. Michael Trevarthen, of course, remember, he got around him a couple laps ago there. You see that 31. Beat up on the right-hand side, but still kicking. Race leader somewhere out about 6 seconds ahead of the race leaders. Oh, something happened. Nathan Maurer. Maurer trying to gather his car up. The SimBox driver. Something just happened to that car, and he was all over the place. And I don't know. He's probably reaching over for his spinner. I would assume. The Maurer going backwards with car number 971. Not good. Not a good night for Nathan Maurer. Not doing us Pennsylvania drivers a very, very good showing here tonight, Maurer. I'll have to get sitting down with you and telling you how to drive. Still, Max Terrell, 9 laps to go, 6 seconds out over James Skelton and Zach Mitchell. And then Eric Johnson is still right there. So the race is still for the second position on. Here comes Zach Mitchell knocking on the back door once again of James Skelton. He has those fresh tires. He has the 4 Mr. Feelgoods compared to James Skelton, who's got a little bit older ones. At the line, 7 to go. Give it back to James Skelton when they came back around there. We're going to see Zach Mitchell's just not going to give up on the bottom of the middle groove. He's going to try and give it all she's got, Captain. And of course, the captain says, catch my anchor here as I go down the back straightaway. Flowertown Animal Hospital taking back that second position. And unless something dire happens out front, well, we know Max Terrell is going to see the 5 to go signal next time by when he comes back around. Chris Hammett, though, question is he going to be running in the 6th position or the 7th position? Because old Mr. Alien's right there. Jason Wells bringing that neon number 64 back into the picture here. What's that? Jeffrey Souza moving up 8 positions here tonight. Not the biggest mover and shaker of the dance. That's go tonight to Joshua Buckley if he can finish this one off. Battle is still, though, here as they're going to come by. They're going to get the hi, how are you? 5 laps to go. Flagman showing them 5 fingers in the air here tonight. 5 more laps to go. Nathan Maurer having some issues as he just came to pit road, and I believe he just about smoked the inside wall. It looks like the driver of that 971. He's just going to call it quits here tonight. SimBox 77 of Doug Neal down on the bottom side of the speedway with that blue. That blue number 77. There you see Doug Neal, the driver out of Georgia. He'll just get out of the way. He knows what's at stake right now with the drivers to his outside. Made the chase the other season. This year just missing out on it. Still watching that second place battle. It's the place to be right now. Just a handful of laps away from the white flag flying here tonight. We have not, knock on wood, race fans, seen any caution flags fly here at the Kansas Speedway tonight. I believe I was actually told they threw the caution flag away after New Hampshire, but that's just their saying, not mine. Max Terrell, about 5, just under 6-second gap ahead of James Skelton and Zach Mitchell. And they got about a second back till they find Eric Johnson. You got to go 2.5 seconds back to find Jeffrey Souza. That rounds out the top 5 drivers here. Popsicle sticks will go in the air as we just continue to watch these 2 drivers. I don't know if Zach Mitchell burned off the tires now at this point because the popsicle sticks are flying. It is just 2 laps to go here. 2 laps to go, and look at Zach Mitchell. He really threw it down into the corner. Can he close out of turn number 2? It doesn't look like he's going to get much. There's a car out front. I believe that's the 17 of Tim Combs. They will get a little bit of a draft off that 17. But as they come out of turn 4, it is the checkered flag. 1 lap to go. Presented by the checkered flag auto supply. It's the final trip around the speedway. Max Terrell has led the most laps here tonight, but the battle is still for second, down into 1. Zach Mitchell gave it the good old college try, but I believe he's going to run it down the banking here. He's going to try to get a run. He's going to try to get a run to see if he can run back up on James Skelton here. Is it the final ditch effort? Not going to happen for the driver of that number 24, but it will be Max Terrell winning as he comes across the line here in Kansas for the SimBox 135. James Skelton will hang on. Zach Mitchell to 3rd. Eric Johnson will be 4th. 5th will be Jeffrey Souza. Chris Hammett will come across the line 6th. He'll just hold off the strong charging alien of Jason Wells. Travis Minto will beat his brother Brandon Minto here tonight. Travis going to go 8th. 9th to, it looks like, the 62 of Troutman. Joshua Buckley will pick up that 15th position. Unofficial scoring on the left-hand side of the screen here tonight. As Max goes to victory lane. We're going to get our post-race show brought to us by Renaissance Nutrition here in just a couple of moments. Of course, Max always goes down here, turns it around, says hello to all the race fans out there. He'll come back around and salute you, race fans. So, punching his ticket into the next round of the playoffs, Max Terrell already heading there. We'll be right back here to the Kansas Speedway here tonight, and the SimBox 135 is wrapped up. We're going to get ready for the Renaissance Nutrition post-race show. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Kansas Speedway here tonight for the SimBox 135 for the RV Custom Rig Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. And what a great opening race for the round of 12 it has been here tonight at Kansas. These drivers went 90 green flag laps, and we've seen slide jobs, people in the wall, we've seen pit road penalties, and we've seen even a couple of guys trying to go down there and cut the grass tonight here at Kansas. Virtually, race fans, the grass didn't need to be cut, but a couple of the drivers decided that it didn't look right, so they at least had to put the tire marks down there. So, well, it was a fun one all in all. Let's get right down into our Renaissance Nutrition post-race show here tonight, though. Let's head down and talk to some of your drivers here that were the ones out there doing the battle. Let's start things off with the driver who picks up his 5th win of the season. And, well, Max, you lock yourself in to the next round of the playoffs, which is the round of 8. Congratulations on doing that, but tell us about your night here. Walk us through starting outside the top 5 and picking up the win here.
Yeah, I started 6th. I didn't have the long run speed that I was hoping for. I worked a lot to save the right front, but was probably had some more work to do to make it better. But the midpoint, the race change. From me, I went from 3rd or 2nd to 1st with a good lead, and then I just played the strategy right for the last pit stop, and we went caution-free, so it's a good contrast to last week, and I think everyone enjoyed it much better.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it, but I believe Barney the flagman actually threw the yellow flag away after last week. It fell apart. Did you hear that?
You'd have to talk to Josh about that. He makes the calls with the flagman also. He's in charge, so probably had to work with him that it wasn't going to be an easy one to call a caution today. Had to be probably a big wreck, so didn't happen either, so good for us.
Well, it didn't happen, that is for sure. But Kansas, now you punch your ticket. Next week we head to Iowa. You don't have to really worry about Iowa at this point because you're locked into the next round. You're already looking forward to the round of 8. Milwaukee and Pocono, 2 tracks that are completely on the different aspect of racing. And, of course, you get the Xfinity car once again, one of your favorites, and the truck when we head to Milwaukee. Are we already focused? Which one of those are now we going to be gearing up for heading forward?
Well, as far as experience goes, it's Milwaukee that will need to be practiced the most on my part. I think we've only been there once before, and it's not a track that I naturally find the fast line. And but Pocono, we've been there the last few seasons with success, so I'll start to work on Milwaukee with the trucks. I think it's a good combination, so we'll see how it behaves. But I really enjoy Iowa next week. I'm looking forward to that race also. Hopefully a clean one again.
Well, Max, you're in victory lane here, so the red carpet gets rolled out, and the microphone is yours. Who's back home watching? I know Mom, Dad, and a couple others are out there tonight.
Yep, every week for the longest time, my girlfriend, my friend Max, and my dad have been regular watchers of the Turn 3 broadcasts. There's Josh, James, and Richard for admitting this Monday Night Scrambler series. Turn 3 Network for the top-notch broadcast you put on, and we'll see you guys next week.
There you hear it. He picks up his 5th win of the season here. Max Harriot, the Storm from the North, is back in victory lane, and he will already blow himself his way into the next round of the playoffs. That is round number 8 in 2 weeks. Next week is Iowa, but let's keep it rolling down the side here. Who is the man who held on for the 2nd position? Well, it's James Skelton. James, a great run for you here tonight, but Zach Mitchell really made you work for this one at the end of this race.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I knew when I pitted, I was watching him on the relative. I'm like, I couldn't see him for a few laps, and then he was, I think, 3.5 seconds, and then he cut a second out in like 2 laps. He was getting like a half second, and I'm like, man, I'm going to sit duck. Hopefully Eric can give him a little bit of a battle, and I think it took him a lap or 2. And I mean, I guess I drove maybe a little bit harder, and just to salvage another point. You just never know if I need it going to the next round. So it's just Max was definitely the class of the field, but it's good to come home second.
tonight because you did start on the pole, so congratulations for picking up that pole award once again here on Monday night. But tell us about how hard it is to really put these cars up against the boards lap after lap and not get into them, and then having to be that guy that really runs up on somebody and you just can't go anywhere because the quick line is at the top of the speedway.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was just when you were doing the interview with Max, I was watching our different lines, and he entered a little bit higher than me. I entered lower just to have a safer entry, and I just think that cost me in the middle and on the exit. I was a really, really good track for me. So really, the win would have been nice, but coming home second, and then it's all about points just to make it to the next round.
Yeah, you got to look at the big picture of things. Well, you didn't win, so what was the next best thing? It was lead some laps here tonight and finish in the second position. You did that, so you'll be sitting good going into Iowa. Expectations pretty good?
Yeah, I might have won the last time we went in Iowa. It's definitely one of my, better tracks, even if we're running the bottom or running the top through 3 and 4. It's just that track really, really suits me. So I'm glad to get a good finish. Just want to get some practice in, really qualify. I just want to start up front and just stay up front and just be safe.
Well, you did that here tonight. Congratulations on finishing off in the second position. Who's back home there with this 86 tonight, and who's on the side?
Yeah, we got the whites work on here. We got Flowertown Animal Hospital, so I love supporting them. I love having them on the car. Thank you, Roger, for the broadcast. I'll definitely check it out tonight. And I think this is a really good one, especially compared to last week. So all the drivers, Zach for a good finish. He raced me really clean. Josh, Richard for putting this all together, and everybody that was watching, all the sponsors.
There you hear it from the driver of the 86, the captain, the skipper. Gilligan himself will finish in the second position. And, well, rounding out the podium spots here tonight, Zach, I first want to start off by saying, beautiful car, but now I'm hungry for a Baby Ruth.
Of course.
I mean, who doesn't love Baby Ruth? That's, All right, regardless. Tell us about this car. Really fast hot rod here tonight. You did qualify outside the top 5, so you had to make some moves. Where was the 24 fast tonight?
I played a little strategy, and I'm not in the playoffs, so I wanted to just try something different, maybe learn something for next season. So I just ran long the first couple stints, and I cut the second stint a little shorter before the last pit stop, and I think that kind of hurt me trying to get around people because the tires were, about the same as like James and Eric and all them. So it took me a little bit longer to get around them. So I think if I would have came in a couple laps later, it would have been a different story. But
so it's all about learning at this point. There still is a prize, I believe, out there for best of the rest, and it might be a Baby Ruth. I just can't tell you exactly what it is. So when you look at it and look at who you're battling, do you know who you're battling the rest of the season for the best of that rest championship?
Yeah, there's a couple guys. I think Brandon Minto is one of them. He was running really good all night. But yeah, I have a good idea. I'm more worried about the playoff drivers and not wrecking them out of the way. If it was a regular season, I probably would have thrown a couple slide jobs at James to see if I could got by him faster. But I wasn't going to take a playoff driver out to try to get a position that I don't need because I'm not in the playoffs. So
you always think about the big picture because you never know when the shoe's going to be on the other foot. Smart thinking here tonight, Zach. But before we let you go, who do you got to thank for another great run here? And by the way, I did notice that's a Ford tonight and not a Chevrolet.
Yeah, I'm trying something new with the Fords. You just got to try something. You never know. And you might learn something. Fords and Chevys, they drive a little different for me. I found out I can save tires a little bit better, but I can't thank the admins enough for putting on a great series and all the drivers. Super clean series, unlike last week if you didn't watch last week. But this is how we normally are all the time. Maybe a caution or two, but we love when we can go green flag racing the whole way. And I can't thank you guys enough too, Roger, for putting the broadcast on. Give me something to watch at night.
There you hear it, Zach Mitchell, right to the point here tonight, race fans. He does wind down the podium. Congratulations to Max Terriol, James Skelton, and Zach Mitchell. So it's Terriol, Skelton, and Mitchell, 1, 2, and 3 across the line here. Zach, might not be one of those playoff drivers, but he's here tonight, and he shows he still has speed in car number 24. Congratulations to all the podium finishers here tonight in the SimBox 135. It was a fun race all in all, race fans, and, well, we got to thank you all for being for all being a part of it here. Of course, we got to thank SimBox. Take a quick look at another one of these awesome SimBoxes up there, race fans. If you have not been over to SimBox to check out what they have, light up switches, buttons, brake bias knobs for your sim rigs. You need to hop on over there, talk to Doug Neal, get a custom one. You need one that mounts to your wheel like this. These brand new dashes are available over at SimBox. Contact them today and get a custom one. Trying to get Doug to put my face right there where his logo is, and then turn 3 over there where SimBox is. We'll see if we can get those here in the studio. But of course, we got to thank Doug and his creative mind over at SimBox today. But for everybody with the RB Custom Rig Scrambler series, everybody with Red Light Racing and SimBox, we thank you for tuning in here tonight at Kansas. We will catch you in the cornfields at the Iowa Speedway on August the 16th. The NASCAR Cup cars come back out and we go racing for 110 laps. Again, we hope you enjoyed tonight's show and we'll catch you in 1 week. Everybody stay safe and we'll see you at the races.